1706, how you guys are all doing? Today I will be talking about UFC 153, Anderson Silva versus Stephan, the American Psycho Bonnar. The UFC did a good job of promoting this show. I can tell you that much, because as soon as people heard Anderson Silva versus Stephan Bonnar, they were like, you're actually going to charge people for this fight? But I got to admit, they did a very excellent job at amusing the fact that Stephan Bonnar had a chance and that this was going to be an all-out war and it was going to be such a great fight and whatnot. And many tuned in for that reason. So great marketing on the part of UFC. But the fight itself, you know, was just going to be a slaughterhouse. If anything, Anderson Silva was just toying with him. He was even like standing against the cage like this, like, come get me. And at times he was being clinched, and Anderson was like, come on, this guy's not going to do anything, whatever. And not to take anything away from Stephan Bonnar. I mean, the guy is tough, but he's just not at the level of Anderson Silva. But what is interesting, however, is that he fought both Anderson Silva and Jon Jones. So maybe he could give insight to future fighters. But nonetheless, it was what it was. And right before Joe Rogan made this statement, I thought the same thing. I was like, Anderson Silva is very freaking strong. Because let's remember, yes, he fights at 185. But he tosses guys that walk around like at 215 or 220. He tosses them like ragdolls almost. So he has very deceptive strength. And I was thinking that again right before Joe Rogan said that. But nevertheless, he's considered one of the greatest, if not the greatest, for a reason. And there you go. Antonio Nogueira versus Dave Herman. Dave Herman he's like an absolute joke. I mean, there were times in the fight where he was like this, sitting like this, you know, laughing. And I was thinking, well, maybe he's smiling like that because he's hurt. Because that's something a lot of fighters like to do. They like to smile like when they're actually hurt to show, yeah, you didn't hurt me. You know, it's just some childish playground bullshit. But the fight itself, I thought it was a good fight. I really liked it a lot. Dave Herman got a very nice takedown in the first round. But you got to give a lot of credit to Nogueira, man. He definitely shut up Dave Herman, especially when he said, oh, that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu doesn't work for him. Yeah, you may want to watch the first UFC, and you may want to rethink your comments again. But interestingly enough, one thing I did notice, Dave Herman is about 144. That's what they said. When you really think about it, though, he's not that much bigger than Jon Jones, which just lets you know just how big Jon Jones really is. But enough of the Jon Jones talk. Glover Teixeira versus Fabio Maldonado. Big fight, all-out war. I thought that it was a great decision on the doctor to stop that fight, because even right before the stoppage, even before the break, I was like, listen, Fabio Maldonado is in no condition to fight, and he can literally get killed. Like, the guy could literally lose his life, man. You know, his arms are down. He's just, like, super sluggish. But he did get a huge punch on Glover Teixeira, and that just sent him back. And Glover Teixeira, that man is a freaking animal. He's a beast, and many people do not want to fight him because they do not want to lose to this man. But the rest of the fights, I got to catch them some other time. I will give you guys a full review if you want it. But unfortunately, I have to head to work right now. And I'm messing up a lot. But you know what? That is okay, because I'm not going to keep remaking this video and doing a whole bunch of takes, as this is only the first take. And that's usually how I like it. So, it's Crazy Mike 1706. Horns.